Welcome to This Week in Our Collective Heads. I'm Patrick.
I'm Kevin.
And we have a new studio.
We do.
It's blue and
it's
such.
pretty.
Tell us if you like the new color and everything. I'm trying to make it all spiffy and clean and professional-like, so enjoy.
I like it.
Yeah. Sorry we were out for the previous week. Holidays and Christmas. And
We ended up having like 3 different scheduling times and weren't able to make any of them.
Yeah.
We started, we'll record this day. No, we'll record this day. We'll record this. It just never happened.
Yeah.
So apologies for that. But like I said in that episode, there really wasn't that much news.
Mm-hmm.
So even with this, it's kind of sparse.
Yeah.
But we'll discuss and we'll have our classic rapport.
Yes.
And that's what
you
will
come
carry
back
you
for.
through.
That's what you come back for, right? Yeah. So Unravel got a release date, February 9th, which I've been really excited about since the E3 presentation and the very nervous but very genuine developer.
That guy was incredibly charming. Yeah. And it was fun because I almost put this in whenever it popped up because at one point it had a placeholder date in the PSN store because a lot of times those will show up every once in a while. Yeah. But it was like March 31st of whatever, and I was like, okay.
Whenever it says 31st, I don't trust it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially December 31st.
Well, you figure out if it lines up with a Tuesday. If it's not on a Tuesday, it's probably not. It's not a deal.
More scientific way to do it. Me, if it's the 31st, I'm like, I don't believe you.
I don't trust you.
Like Tomb Raider says it's coming out on PS4 December 31st of 2016, which I think is complete horse. So
no.
Yeah.
Square doesn't release stuff that it'll be part of the holiday, and so like, but a lot of times you can use it to kind of gauge this is the last day of the season that it's going to come out. So
fiscal quarter.
So I got excited at that point, but like. Unravel just looks like so much fun. I've only watched the first trailer, and because it looks like something that's going to be really, really fun and interesting to explore, kind of in its own universe. Like Journey, there wasn't really spoilers or anything, but it was fun to just kind of let the universe kind of expand and watch that happen.
Exactly.
So I'm looking forward to that one in a big way.
Yeah, I think it'll be fun for the more casual as well as the hardcore fans, which Xbox is getting more of this. Obviously, Nintendo kind of has that market of casual games with Mario and the Yoshi Woolly Yarn. What's it called?
Woolly World.
Woolly World.
Yoshi's Woolly World.
Yoshi's Woolly World, which we just picked up for Christmas. I should have brought that over here. I got it from the wife for Christmas, so they kind of have the market on it. My wife. So I think it's going to be good. I think that Xbox is kind of trying to show, look, we're for everybody. With the rare replay
collection,
that along with everything else, I think they're, I'm excited about it basically.
Well, see, I like how Xbox is trying to use their own studios to kind of do a thing, but they've also found some indies. Those just haven't panned out yet. Yeah. Because Cuphead and Ori and the Blind Forest from last year was an astounding game.
Beautiful game. Very beautiful.
And but that seems to be their one big indie looking title because it's a Microsoft Studios business. Yeah. So it's not technically an indie, but it does kind of give off that indie vibe. Exactly. And that's something that's cool. Yeah.
We also have Banner Saga coming out for PS4, Xbox One, and Vita version. So they said it's not canceled.
Okay. My notes are a mess on this. Okay, so here's what happened. Banner Saga has been coming to consoles for a while, and they announced it. It was on the PlayStation blog. It was on Major Nelson's site, and it was this big. It's coming to consoles. First comment is, no Vita on the PlayStation blog, and the developer himself was in the comments talking back to people being like, okay, it's not canceled, but we don't have anything to announce on this. We're a small team. It's a 4-member studio down in Austin, and a bunch of us reached out to PlayStation, and we're like, hey, we were really looking forward to this on Vita, and I sent them a video that said, hey, look, I appreciate what you're doing. I appreciate that you're a small studio. I would really like to play this on my Vita. I'll buy it either way, but maybe? Yeah. And 2 or 3 days later, Gio reached out. Gio Corsi who's the lead indie guy at PlayStation. And Sony is actually funding the port because it it got knocked down on 2 studios. Like, they gave it to a studio to work on, and it fell through. They gave it to another studio to work on. That studio closed. So they've been trying, they just haven't been able to, and they didn't have the refund or the resources to bring it out. And Sony stepped in and said, hey, look, guys, here it is. And shout out to Geo, because that's something I honestly can't say that that's going to make them any money, but they're willing to reach out, help out indie devs, and be like, hey, look, bring your games over. Yeah, let's play.
It won't make them money, but it's like if a third-party developer does put something on Wii U right now. It's not making you money, but it is putting it out there for people to play. Yeah. It's not profitable, but there are people who are playing on these consoles.
Well, and it also extends like goodwill, like and just kind of builds that thing, because I mean, really that's kind of what Sony's banking on still right now, because 2015, no first party studio releases. Yeah,
which I thought 2015. Well, halfway through 2014, I thought, okay, this is going to be the time for the Vita. The way that it can stream remotely from the PS4, I thought this is a great companion piece. People will buy PS4 later on. They'll grab PS Vita if they don't already have it, and it didn't happen. And it's not what I expected. I thought it was going to be kind of a shoe-in to extend the life of it. It kind of has, I guess, to an extent.
It has for people that have it, people that decide to buy in, but they're. It's basically living on us now. Exactly. We're now responsible for the Vita.
Yeah.
So go buy one.
I'm okay with that. Yeah. If you have a PS4, it's great because you can stream it. It's like the Wii U. You can essentially use it to remote play your console, except
it can go around corners.
You can go around corners. You can it uses Wi-Fi, so you can actually do it. I tried it outside of my house. I had spotty. It wasn't that great for that. But when it comes to within my own LAN, it worked out really well. Yeah. Yeah, so try it out. Shooters may not be the best thing to do for RPGs and that kind of thing. It's really good, though.
The other thing...
Oh, go ahead.
Well, the last bit on this. Yeah. I actually tried, because I prefer the controls of the Vita for Binding of Isaac. Yeah. And so I was trying to play Binding of Isaac on the Vita, on the PS4. It wasn't quite quick enough, because that's a game where like I'll be this far from a bullet, backing up, and then come in and then back up with like it needs to be.
Yeah, really precise.
That's my shooter.
Yeah. Speaking of shooters, though, Destiny announced the whole you can buy essentially leveling up all the way to they'll boost your level to the max for $30.
Does it? Is it to the max? I thought it was only the level.
Was it 20? Is it 21?
24. It gets you access to the first rate.
Yeah.
Whatever level that is.
This is exactly what World of Warcraft did and realized, we can make a little bit of money of it. But all of the leveling up areas, which is to me that's over half the game in World of Warcraft. That's a huge portion of World of Warcraft. For Destiny, it's not really, because everything scales with you, so you can play everything again at level 24. So it does speed you up to not have to keep replaying things over and over as much.
Skip the first 20 rounds of the same thing.
You're still going to play it 20 or 30 times.
Okay.
You're still going to.
Well, so it allows you to get up into the real stuff.
Sure.
But the thing is, going back to the World of Warcraft thing, is that a lot of times then you end up with mid-level characters that don't know how to play their own class.
That's exactly
a problem. Especially in Destiny raids, everybody needs to know exactly how to do their stuff, exactly what they're doing, or everybody dies.
Yeah, exactly. Warcraft and regular MMOs are even better examples of this, because if you don't know how to play your class, if you don't know all of your abilities, you're going to screw up, because you don't understand how to specifically use a shield at the right time, or when to not use a shield. If you're shielding a warrior, you're an idiot. But for Destiny, it's a little more forgiving, but it's still, you need to know your role. And if you've just boosted up to 24 and that's when you're starting the game, when you're going into raids, people expect you to know how to play the game, you to be competent and understanding more for Destiny, more the enemy than your class, but still how your class plays off that enemy. And to me, I think this was another attempt in them to say we need more money off of this, because Destiny had a when they came out, they were like, hey, we've got a 10-year plan.
Yeah.
We have a 10-year plan, which is more than most MMOs do.
That's more than most consoles.
Yeah, exactly. You say, we're going to be here for 10 years. We're going to give you content for the next 10 years through DLC and everything else, but we have a plan. And then they realized, oh, crap, most of our game is based on repeating the same thing over and over again. And we lost almost all of our... I can't remember what the percentage of was. Essentially, I think it was over 3/4 of the first adopters stopped playing, and then they came back for Taken King.
Yeah.
But it's what World of Warcraft goes through. You have the hardcore players who are playing all the time, and then you have people who come back and play for
the expansion, and then
they go, okay, I get it. Bye. I got other things to do.
But Destiny doesn't even have the whole subscription to kind of tide them over between, so it's just these huge spikes in revenue.
Exactly. And a lot of World of Warcraft people, they're like, oh, well, I'm gonna go back and play that, and they keep their subscription open. World of Warcraft, by the way, if you cancel your subscription and you come back to your subscription, all your stuff's still there. Yeah. So you don't have to worry about that. With Destiny, they don't have that, like you said. So it's kind of, yeah. I think this is a really bad choice for them. I think this is just to get money. This is just to be like, hey, look, we're playing nicely with you guys. The better way to do this would have been to say, oh, if you haven't played Destiny, and they can tell on your account, hey, come back.
Yeah, if you have no trophies, achievements, whatever.
Sure, but they can say, okay, come back to Destiny, get the Taken King, we'll boost you to 24.
Well, they did that for one character, right?
I did that? Okay, I didn't see if
for one character with the Taken King expansion, you can boost to 24.
Then that's the way to pull it off, because Taken King was not part. If you had the season pass, Taken King wasn't part of that, and it was a huge like controversy. They're like, no, I paid for a season pass. Why didn't I get the DLC?
Right. This
is
less
a
than
special
a year.
DLC. Yeah. No, that
season passes.
That was supposed to be part of. That's I don't trust them for that reason, but. That's the way to do it. Don't add this extra, because now you can. Okay, so now someone can drop $60 and they can level up the other two classes on there. They have subclasses now. I don't know if you can switch between those. Let us know in the comments if we can. If you can switch between the subclasses and all that, because they have that.
We don't know.
There are 3 classes in the game, so,
right? And then
and then you have subclasses. But anyways, off of Destiny.
So that's Destiny.
That's Destiny. Bad choices all around. We'll see if they can come out. Hope maybe 2016 will be a year where they actually turn it around and restructure the entire thing, kind of like World of Warcraft did.
Well, there's a long read on Kotaku. I don't remember if I ever posted this, but there's a really interesting long read on Kotaku about the development cycle of Destiny and how much of the stuff in the Taken King was originally meant to be in the first release.
Yes.
But then there was a whole snafu with the development team and the leads heading off. It's a really, really interesting story. And I think, honestly, that game alone has enough info in it to be a really, really fascinating story. And I'm looking forward to if and when somebody puts out a book about it. Like when everybody can talk about it. And it's far enough in the past, because it's a really interesting story, and what we're seeing now in Destiny is what happens when a development team is given freedom and then has it restricted, rechanneled into another way by, and I know this is gonna make me come off as a hippie, but when the suits come in, and mess with the developers. This is what happens.
Yeah.
It's not financially a good idea to have people who don't understand games telling people who do how to make games.
Yeah. Then you have things like Final Fantasy 13.
Mm-hmm.
So, on to something that I would consider something like this when it comes to suits trying to make money and everything. Knuckles and Tails Mii outfits.
Those are now available. You can do that with your Mii character on Smash.
Do people play as their Mii on Smash? I mean,
I haven't seen it. I don't play much online though.
It's there.
It is definitely there.
I feel like this is the same thing when it comes to people who play Mario Kart. You can play your Mii in Mario Kart. Who does that?
No, no. The Mii is really fun to make for a half an hour, and really frustrating if you invite somebody over who really wants to make theirs perfect.
Exactly.
Because no, please don't do that. just throw up a default. This is my gender or the other gender. If you want to be the girl,
X through all your options and just
and then just be like, that one's mine.
That's yours. Yeah, the green shirt. That's the one. So that's the only way to do that. I don't think that. I think that Mii's the only time that I see where this is like, oh, that's kind of cute, is in the 3DS when you're doing the Street Pass. Because then you can actually see. Yeah, then you can actually see. Oh, cool. Oh, that person has that hat. Oh, that's cool. Okay.
We'll see what. That's fine for people who make Mii's that look like people.
Yes.
I don't.
You don't.
No, my Mii has. I managed to make the eyebrows super huge so they come out from the head, and the eyes disappeared into the nose, and then the mouth is super small.
Yeah.
It's fun. My guy's a bug.
The first one that you made when I got the Wii U had the eyes like off of the head.
Yeah, like, you can move them all the way outside. It's fun. That's what I like to do.
I try to make mine look exactly like me, and I get pretty darn close.
Yeah.
Which is easy with this. But yeah, I don't see. I don't know how many people are actually doing this. Like I said, with the whole Mario Kart thing, who do you play usually on Mario Kart, by the way?
Mario Kart,
Bowser. Cool. I like Waluigi.
Waluigi is fun.
It's just cool. But for Smash, everybody that I know, and I mean I know people who play really, really heavy competitively. I know people who play casually, but even then, people like to pick specific characters to say.
Well, when you have a 58, 60 character roster,
something like that.
Why would you?
Why pick yourself?
I don't know.
You know, you pick Link, you can pick Kirby, you can pick so many different people.
Yeah.
Why pick yourself?
But I mean, it is free, so
yeah,
cool.
Pick it up for people that have options for those kind of.
So, what is cooler?
Yes,
is Cloud. Cloud is now live.
Yes, and by that we mean Cloud from Final Fantasy, not the Cloud.
Right.
The Cloud is live too.
Nobody thought that. You're not helping. Cloud, Final Fantasy VII. He's out there. He's up and active, and Nintendo also announced that the Bayonetta is the last DLC character that's coming out,
which is the one that I want to play. As a Final Fantasy VII fanatic, I still want to play Bayonetta more than I want to play Cloud. Cloud looks cool, but Bayonetta's awesome.
The one thing that I wish, because this was part of the Nintendo Direct that was Smash focused and everything. And I really wish that they'd let us see what characters, because they just opened it up and they said, hey, vote on your favorite characters. And they said, I forget exactly how they phrased it. Put it up right here. But it was Bayonetta was the highest rated character across all territories that was like technically available and stuff.
Yeah.
But like you got Cloud.
That was
talk to Microsoft.
Exactly.
Get Master Chief in there. I want Master Chief
in
there.
That
would be awesome.
I think Microsoft at this point, I don't think that they would care. I don't think that they don't view
they even said that they would allow Banjo-Kazooie to be on another console.
Yeah.
They're willing.
Nintendo is a big enough company to negotiate that, and Microsoft does not see Nintendo as a direct competitor right now.
Yeah.
Right now they can go, oh yeah, you can have it on Wii U. Who cares? Because they're not. The direct competition for Microsoft is Sony.
Yeah. That's
who they're really competing with. Nintendo is playing their own game.
Right.
So
Nintendo is the other console.
Yes.
There are very few people that have the people who buy a Wii U and have that as their only console. That's not really Microsoft and Sony's market.
They don't. Yeah.
And
those people are buying it for Mario, for Zelda, for
and a lot of us have we have our primary console and the Wii U.
Yeah.
Because the exclusives are awesome and they're good games and they come out periodically.
Yeah. And then you have the oddball like me who has all of them because I don't want to miss out on exclusives.
Yep.
Because I did that for the Super Nintendo. I missed out on the Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
So I'm not doing that again.
But speaking of exclusives,
yes.
So Kojima, Konami, we've been talking about them pretty much all year.
Yeah.
And that's fine. That chapter of Kojima has come to an end. So now he's come out and said, hey, I've finished my tenure there. I'm coming over to Sony.
Yes.
And Sony is giving him a studio, and I would love to know the details of that contract.
I would as well. I know we didn't technically call this. We did say in a previous episode, I would love to see, I think you said that, I'd love to see Sony reach out to him and just give that man a studio. We didn't technically predict that, but I will say we have discussed this.
Yes. And there's also a really interesting, there's a video up with he and Andy House talking, and the phrase that he said was, I received several offers from many studios.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, yeah. Okay, when you see this gigantic breakup happening, it's like a less dirty version of that relationship's going sour.
Yeah.
I can position myself to be the rebound guy.
Pretty much. And this is like when it comes to developers, to a single developer, Kojima's one of the top, if not the top name that people recognize outside of the industry. So when it comes to a publisher and studio trying to cater, they know, okay, not only is he talented, but people know him. Yeah. If we release this will be big news.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. So
I also love the meme. Did you see the meme? Find someone who looks at you the way.
Yeah. We that was up on our timeline. That was awesome.
Oh, it's so perfect. It's so perfect.
Okay. So the one question. Before we move on.
Yeah.
What is he making?
He's going to make something completely different. It is, I think, it's not going to be military. It is not going to be espionage stuff. I think he's going to make something horror. I think it's not going to be PT, but I think that he wished he really wanted to.
Yeah.
You know, they missed out on that. So I think what he's going to do next is going to be something psychological horror. It's not going to be a military strategy. It is going to have the weirdness of Kojima's writing and the, you know, oh, you're my friend, oh, now you're my enemy, oh wait, that's that person's son, that kind of thing. That's like, oh, that's not probable at all, but it doesn't matter. It's gonna have that, but I think it's gonna be horror. What do you think?
I'm with you on the horror. I think it's going to be a smaller project than a lot of people think, and I think that his first project is going to be something just kind of out the door, and it's going to have a bunch of elements that he wanted to put into other games, because he's been trying to get out of that series for so long.
He has. He's got so much that he's probably been wanting to do that's like, oh, that doesn't fit. Oh, that doesn't fit. As a writer, I have that where I'm writing something like, oh, I want to do, no, that doesn't fit. Put it over here.
Yeah. so that notebook, and I think it will actually be. I think it will actually be more disjointed than Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah.
Because I think that he was trying to compress everything into this one series because that was what he was told he had to do.
Yeah.
And so I think that it'll be really fun. I want to see him do like this project that's a whole bunch of little things, and then see him jump from project to project.
Yeah. Giving freedom to that man. That's going to be really cool. I'm really hoping that I have faith in him, but I'm hoping that it works out monetarily, it works out to be successful, because when you come off of a project like that, it's the whole George Lucas thing, right? So you come off of doing this, where do you go? And everything that you do afterwards, what was the movie? Red Tails that he did, which is a good movie, flopped. So
I was literally unaware of its existence.
Exactly.
I knew American Graffiti.
It's yes, which was before Star Wars.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
You have Indiana Jones. That was done with Spielberg, so I'm not going to count that.
No.
But then you have a gap, and he did Red Tails after he did the prequels, and it's all about the like Tuskegee Airmen kind of thing. Yeah. Exactly.
Interesting.
Exactly, and that's why he's basically said, Hollywood. I'll do whatever I want.
I'm done.
I'm done with this. He's literally said, I will make small pictures that nobody will watch. Is basically what he said. So I hope that Kojima makes small games that people play. I don't want it to be to go into obscurity.
Well, I can see this as something though. Like you said, he's a very recognizable name, and so I think that this is something that hype can be built around organically. I mean, this is not something that Sony's going to have to put a lot of marketing muscle behind. I think that they probably will, and it will help expand it to be like, hey, here is Kojima's new thing that we helped with, and that goes back to the whole goodwill thing, you know, and it'll be interesting to see how that works out. And then Konami is also hiring for a quote new Metal Gear, which, first off, who in their right minds after all of this has gone down, who's going to be like, ooh, I want to... Oh, wait.
People will do it who want a job, who... It's not... They're not unethical. There are people who say, okay, this is a job, this is going to be big, it is Metal Gear, let's go ahead and get on. It's the same mentality that people have when it came to, like, we had a possible voice actor strike, which didn't actually happen, but could happen at one point.
Right.
Same thing with that, where if you have something like that happen, you have people who go, well, I wanted to do that. I wanted to be a voice actor, and it's kind of a inside thing. Now I'll try to do it because there's an opening. It's not a unethical kind of thing. It's more about, okay, this may be a chance to work on something big that I wouldn't have already had a chance to. That's my devil's advocate of that. But it's going to be complete crap.
No, and
microtransactions everywhere. It's going to be crap.
Oh, God. Because like
they did it to 5. I mean, come on.
Kojima also brought with him his art director and head producer. And probably a bunch of other people. Like he had his pick of this team that was working on Metal Gear Solid, and I don't know how their contracts are, but everybody, I feel like people would be really excited about the chance to do something entirely new. And so what Konami is left with for their new Metal Gear will be interesting, and I don't think that anybody we've ever heard of is going to be really in contact with this.
Probably not. When it comes to voice actors, you're going to have big name voice actors, but that's a paycheck. I mean, let's
I think Kiefer will continue to voice.
And I don't mean that as a slight to the voice actors. I mean that this is going to be a big game. They're going to pay a decent amount. It's not, you don't turn down, big work unless you're one of the big 3, I guess. But that's it. I mean, but on completely different news, so we had more Mario Maker stuff that came out. I'll be honest. I need to play Mario Maker more. I loved Mario Maker. I need to play it more because it's a great. That needs to be my go-to. I've got a couple minutes. Let me play a game. Rocket League has been my go-to for that. I need to get Mario Maker in the mix for that.
Well, Mario Maker is really good because the 10 Mario challenge is a really good half hour.
I absolutely love it. I've done it quite 5 or 6 times, and it's been a blast. And being able to trade off with someone too, I really like doing that.
That's fun.
It's really fun.
So in this expansion, they introduced invisible doors with P-blocks. Did you do the project that I gave you?
I did not. I know.
He has failed you. I know. Okay, so I believe that, and we'll try to confirm this, but I think that whenever there's an invisible door, there's kind of this little outline of it, because Nintendo is good at being like, hey, an invisible door is placed in this place, but it could be a really easy way for people to create troll levels that are impossible or really, really annoying to beat. And nobody wants that. So I believe that if there's an invisible door, there's kind of a glimmering outline, something to kind of indicate, hey, there's something here. But the other and honestly cooler thing about it is there's now a portal where you can go on your web browser and you can filter through levels and you can find levels, shoot them back to your Wii U, and play them later. That is awesome.
It's great integration. This is what we're hoping that Nintendo is and other companies are doing, where you have this integration similar to PlayStation. Say, oh, I want to download this game. Have that integrate. I mean, it's the freaking internet. We have these abilities to be able to do that on your Wii U.
And you can do that on the Xbox store too.
You can.
So
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You have this integration. Thank you, Nintendo. Thank you for doing this.
Yeah.
Which slight tangent, but Nintendo, the Nintendo account thing, I'm really hoping comes here soon.
It has to.
It needs to. The integration between being able to get something on my 3DS and also be able to link that over to my Wii U. I'm not saying to be able to buy that game outright, but right now, if I have a 3DS, my wife has a 3DS. If I buy something digitally on my 3DS, I can't put it on her 3DS. It's without going through ridiculous hoops that I don't want to go through, because then I have to do it when it comes back, and it's not the easy integration of going, I have two PS3s or I have two PS4s.
The really weird thing for me is tying it to the hardware.
Yeah.
Like that's something that they need to move away from. And I think that Nintendo account will allow them to go from, this is your 3DS, your digital purchases are here and nowhere else for no reason.
Yes. Yeah.
That is really confusing to me.
And I hope that it goes retroactive to say, okay, this is your account. These are the games that we see you have purchased on that 3DS. Okay. Let's carry them over.
Honestly, I would be okay. Like when they did the Wii U, they said, okay, if you've made virtual console purchases on the Wii, $1 to upgrade them to a new one.
Yes.
I'm fine if you want to have me pay $1 each time it goes to a new place, but like to buy Super Mario World on the 3DS and then pay full price for Super Mario World on the Wii and then pay full, like, just over that doesn't make sense. Yeah. And it alienates and penalizes your most loyal customers.
Yeah, it does.
And so I'm really hoping that with the Nintendo account system, that they just kind of bring everything together and say, okay, here's our customers, instead of having all these branches and pockets of customers.
If at least for the retro games, if at least for the virtual console games, to be able to do that. How many times I've bought Ocarina of Time, a countless amount of times.
Yeah.
And the reason that I did that was, okay, I want to see how it does here, I want to see how it does here. But really, except for the remake on 3DS, that's a different story. But but if you're doing a virtual console game, let me pay $1 to also play it over here. That's fine. I'm fine with that. Speaking of paying, Rocket League. So if you're playing Rocket League, go buy some DLC. By the way, these guys deserve your money.
I was gonna say, I don't know if
they don't need it
based on this news item,
because the news is that their revenue hit $50 million.
Yes, they had a $2 million budget and exponentially just shot up past that. So Jaffe has all the money now, I assume,
and deservedly so. I think that they deserve even more than this. Personally, that game is so fun. They have 4 DLC packs now, because you have the Back to the Future one. Oh, the Super. Oh, I can't do it.
Okay. I know they have the
Revenge of the what is it? Revenge of the Super Racers, whatever.
The super powered, rocket powered.
Yeah, Revenge of the Super.
I can't do it. Cameron can do it. Cameron can race.
There's one of those.
Time.
They have the Wasteland. Back to the Future. I think there's 4. I think there's 5. But they're not too much. Go ahead and grab a couple of them. Grab them all.
What's been really cool is like it came out with Plus, and then people continue to buy it. It stayed in the top 10 charts.
Yeah.
And when it comes to Xbox, it'll be there. And my sister's playing it on PC.
Yeah.
And I wish I knew how to connect to my friends on PC, because I don't know how to do that. I can connect to other people that are playing on PS4. Yeah. I don't know how to be like, hey, I want to play with them.
Can you do that with Rocket League?
I know it's crossplay.
Okay.
I don't know how to find them.
Okay.
I don't know. So
let us know if you
But
know.
Anyway, $50 million. Yeah. Because it's an awesome game. They did really well. And the DLC is, hey, here's some fun stuff for you.
Yeah.
And that's also coming to Xbox next month? This month?
I believe it's...
I think it's in January, February.
It's January, I believe.
Okay.
I'll double check that and put it right here.
Right there.
Yeah.
You see it. I don't.
Yeah. Magic.
So yeah, cool. That game's so fun.
Yeah, it is. It is. I actually had it on when you came over.
Cool soundtrack too.
Yeah,
like just turn it on and let it run, because that's.
I played a couple matches and then stopped playing matches. I was getting some stuff ready and just kind of let the soundtrack go.
Yeah,
it's pretty good stuff.
It's an excellent soundtrack.
Yeah. So this next news, what do you mean by this?
Okay, so Persona 5 or Final Fantasy 15, and I've been saying, I think we've been saying that Final Fantasy 15 is not coming out this year. I'm rethinking that.
Well, no, it's coming out this year.
Okay, all right, then that was just me.
The 2016. This video will air during 2015.
Yeah.
So, 2016.
Right, it is not coming out this year, 2015.
No, it's coming out 2016 now.
Okay, but like it's just been such a chaotic.
Yeah.
Anyway, but Square Enix posted, hey, if Persona 5 and Final Fantasy 15 came out at the same time, what would you play? Just, out of curiosity. And so we know that Persona 5 has a summer release date. Square hasn't committed to any type of time frame. They've just said this year sometime.
Yeah.
So we think that they are getting a lot closer to completion, and then we're coming up because March 24th, I believe, is when they have their event where they're going to announce, hey, this is when it's coming out, and they're trying to figure that out.
Yeah.
And cool, do that.
Yeah.
Because Tomb Raider and Mad Max both suffered from having releases on the same day as something massive, and honestly, good games got buried.
Yes. And
Persona 5, Final Fantasy 15, yeah, there's a lot of crossover there. The Venn diagram is just like that. Yeah. And so, with them being as big projects as they are, it's worth them saying, hey, so which one? Yeah. And it was really interesting because I haven't talked to a lot of people who have really dug into Persona, but everybody knows about it now. And I think Persona 5 is going to be the one. Persona 5 is going to be the one where they come out because the survey results were nearly 50-50.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so if that...
Okay, if they release on the same day,
Persona 5 will be buried, but not by as much as like Mad Max was or anything.
Right.
Probably closer to how Tomb Raider was. The sales weren't great, but they're there and they've continued. But
have they? Because it wasn't the NPD numbers.
Yeah.
They weren't in the top 20.
Really? I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
I thought they were doing better than that.
No.
Because that game is great. If you guys haven't played it, it's fantastic. Whitney's almost done with it.
Nice.
She says she's not as hardcore of a gamer, but she started it last Thursday.
Nice.
So that's what happens. I think that if I were them, first of all, putting out this poll is very telling. What that means is they're pretty much they know they're both going to be done around the same time.
Yeah.
And what I would do if I were them, because Final Fantasy VII has so much pull, I would drop Persona 5 around April if they have it done by that time.
Well, Persona is Atlas.
Yeah.
They okay. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah.
Finish your thought. I thought you were saying that Square should drop Persona around April.
Okay, what I mean is that I guess wait, because I think Persona will be around April or May.
Okay.
Delay Final Fantasy.
Okay, put it out September.
August, September.
Okay.
It's not going to hurt to go to October or November. This is Final Fantasy VII. It's basically an auto buy for people of our age.
Oh no, that's not coming out 2016, is it?
Sorry, I don't know why I said 7. I meant 15.
Okay.
15,
I was very confused.
15 has a big enough push that and it's going to be an automatic buy for the hardcore RPG guys and
I consider myself one of those, but because this has been in development so long, because they've been visibly floundering, they are willing to come out to us and say, "Hey, do we put Moogles in it?" No.
That's something you do.
Yes, you put Moogles in it, but why are you asking us this?
Why would you? Yeah, that's a staple.
You're
in Final
making
Fantasy.
the game.
It's like saying, "Should I put chocobos in it?" Yes. Yeah. Yes, you put chocobos in it.
Yeah, and he's like, "Well, I'll see if I can fit them in somewhere." And if
you can throw an NPC in there, you can throw. That's what they're probably going to do. Like, okay, there's a shop owner. There's a
Yeah, that's fine because like
that's what they do.
In 9 they were the save points.
Yeah,
which was fun.
Yeah,
but like they need to be in there somewhere. But what I'm saying is like for so much of Final Fantasy 15's development, all the way back from when it started as Versus 13, it's just been confused as to what it was. This is not an automatic purchase for me because I don't know what I'm getting.
Yeah.
And so like it's another one that I'm gonna wait for the reviews and then wait for people to play it before I even really consider it.
Yeah.
Because yes, I think it's gonna be big and huge and really pretty. It's gonna be so gorgeous.
I guess it's not.
But I don't know if it's going to be good.
Yeah. For me, it's. I think it's gonna be good. I think it's gonna be.
I hope it will.
I think not only is it going to be good, I think that it's going to bring people into the Final Fantasy franchise that aren't normally into it.
Really?
Action RPG. It is an action RPG. You're going to get the people who liked Kingdom Hearts that saw some Final Fantasy characters in there that didn't play the Final Fantasy games, and they're going to go in there. My wife's one of them, and there are other people that I've talked to who are also they're like, oh, I don't like the timed battle systems, which I grew up playing. I don't mind.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
But a lot of people, they're like, oh, I just want to beat this person up. I just want to do. So you're gonna have the people who are doing that. It's the more Dragon Age-esque action bit of it.
Oh, and Witcher, which is awesome. I got that for Christmas and picked it up and just action goodness. And I got killed 3 times by the first group of enemies I ever fought. And I was like, maybe not hard mode.
Maybe not
until I figure out the controls.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it is a very different and more accessible. I can see that.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to me. I think that, but I really think that you're gonna get the people who play Final Fantasy games, and you're gonna get the people who haven't before. This is gonna be an intro Final Fantasy game for a lot of people.
I think it'll be really interesting because I didn't play any of the 13 series.
Played the first one.
I played a demo for it.
Okay.
And I was like, nope. But I'm really interested in seeing what the PS4 does with the summons, because I have seen some really pretty stuff, and I'm looking forward to seeing Alexander and Bahamut.
Did you see the?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I want to see
because that part of the demo.
I want to see Alexander. I want to see Bahamut.
Yep.
And I want to see. What's his name? Quetzalcoatl.
Yeah. Because Bahamut's gonna be good. Knights of the Round is gonna be, if they do it. I mean,
okay,
just kind of hit it and then just sit.
But that's a 7 specific. Was Knights of the Round? Did Knights of the Round show up anywhere else? It wasn't in 8. Wasn't in 9. Wasn't in 10. Yeah. Wasn't in 6. I think that's just a 7 thing.
It may be. Well, if you haven't seen it. It goes on for I think like 3 minutes. It may be like actually a minute and a half, but it just keeps going and going because you have to go through all of the knights all attacking. So
yeah,
that'd be interesting. Okay, so it may not be in there, but that would be ridiculous. Seeing how long it took for the summon and the demo, it'll be yeah. I can't wait for this game. That's what I'm looking forward to.
I'm excited, but I'm not willing to let go of cash yet.
Yeah.
I'm interested. I will keep watching. And there are some games where I'm like, yes, I'm gonna play this. You don't need to tell me anymore. Yeah. Like I watched the first Star Wars trailer and then sat back.
You're like, got it.
I was done. Yep. So I didn't watch anything. I didn't tune into anything else. Final Fantasy 15 I'm watching very closely because I want it to be good. I want this to be, like you said, that whole thing that brings everybody together and we can all play this. I just don't know.
Yeah, I think that's my prediction. It's gonna be huge. It is going to be it's gonna break however much 13 sold. It's gonna sell considerably more than that.
Well, yeah.
So that's my prediction.
Okay, there we go.
One. But so also Blood Rocks in Bloodborne.
Yes, they're now available for inside purchase.
Yeah. Previously, there was 1 per playthrough.
There's one per playthrough, and then 1 for the DLC.
Yeah.
So you could get a maximum of 2 per go through or whatever. But with the number of weapons that are available in that game, I really feel like, because I usually have the rifle spear for, tricky
Sure.
fights or whatever, but mostly I just go up and slash with the Blades of Mercy because they're awesome.
Yeah.
But I really but because the weapons are different enough, just being able to have two in your first playthrough, that's really, really something useful. And so that's just one more thing that they've gone like, here, you can do this, give you a couple more options.
Yeah, 60 insight, which it's a good amount of insight. If you guys haven't seen, that's one of the currencies, if you want to call it that, that you get if you kill a boss, or
meet a boss, kill a boss.
Meet a boss, kill a boss. You get 3 or so. If you kill one, if you help someone take down a boss, you get insight from that.
So it encourages more co-op.
Yeah, which is cool because it's a unique way of doing co-op in the Soulsborne games. So I'm happy about this.
I like fighting Gascoigne.
Yeah,
as a team.
Yeah,
that's fun.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. It's also early on enough that you usually find people who need help with that. So that's a good one.
Black Ops 3 DLC is not coming to last gen, which I don't know if you saw any of the Digital Foundry comparisons.
No.
So there's a laundromat in one of the multiplayer scenes on PS4 and Xbox One. You go back to 360 PS3.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of cardboard boxes. like they really, really had to struggle and give it to a different studio and be like, hey, you make this thing.
You find something.
Because it just did not work.
Yeah.
And so this kind of reaffirms my idea. The next one will not come to previous consoles, because this has been, and it keeps coming up as, hey, this doesn't work on previous gen. This thing won't be there. This is not there. And that's the way that Call of Duty is getting into the news, and they don't want that stigma. They don't want that, and they want their people to come and see, this is what we can do now.
Yes. Yeah.
And
it shouldn't have even come out on Black Ops 3 shouldn't have even come out on Xbox and PS3. It's been 2 years into the new generation. Enough.
Yeah.
Enough.
But they see the numbers of this many PS3s, maybe half of them still being played sometime.
Yeah.
I understand it as just a demographic. There's this big chunk of users. Cool.
Yeah.
But it's time for that to go away.
It is. It really is. So God Eater Resurrection and
yes.
2 is...
Bandai Namco is bringing a bunch of titles to the West.
Okay.
God Eater Resurrection.
Which is why I didn't know this one.
Yes, God Eater Resurrection is a remake of the first God Eater game, and then God Eater 2 is also confirmed is coming here.
Okay.
Tales of Berseria is coming here, and I feel like Bandai Namco and Atlas are the two that find us the weird crap that comes out, and they're like, hey, there's enough of you weird people, play this, and we're here, and we buy games. And so this is really exciting.
Yeah.
Because God Eater was fun on Vita. I'm really interested in the remake coming to PS4.
Yeah.
That seems like a lot of fun because it was a really pretty game, but you could see, kind of like with Gravity Rush, you could see this game has some issues because whenever you're running on walls in Gravity Rush on the Vita, it's just a texture, and so they'll have a planter with flowers in it that you run over without changing your step in any way because it's just a flat texture so that you can run on it.
Yeah. And
I think the God Eater Resurrection and Gravity Rush will both benefit from having kind of a re-up where they go, cool. Because when the Vita first came out, Sony was trying really hard to show this is as powerful as a console. It's not.
No, it's not.
And that's okay. I don't need a console experience this big.
That's not what a handheld's for.
Yeah.
So
and so yeah. But anyway, these games and a couple of others, the rest of them I didn't really recognize, but Bandai Namco is reaching out to us weird people and saying, here's the crazy Japanese stuff. Play it. So that was really exciting.
I didn't play God Eater. So when did it come out on Vita?
God Eater, I think was actually free at one point on Plus. So it's probably just in your back library.
It may be in the backlog, depending on when it came out.
Yeah.
So I haven't been a PS Plus member as long as you. So
yeah.
But speaking of that, the whole free games thing. So Games with Gold was announced for January. I didn't see the Sony one yet. Did you?
Sony one has not
come out. That's okay. Cool. So I'm not behind. So Games with Gold for Xbox, obviously. Killer Instinct Season 1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll try it out. Zeros. I haven't seen that. I don't know what this is.
We'll find out.
We will find out, and I'll be playing these. Deus Ex Human Revolution, which I didn't play, so I'm gonna try it. And then Dirt Showdown for 360. I have to play
more racing.
These crappy games. If it was a decent racing game, it wouldn't be that bad. But we'll see how it is. We'll see how it compares to the previous one. So I've got some insight on that. It's not really that great of an offering in my opinion. Yeah. Killer Instinct's the only one, honestly, that I was like, okay, that's kind of cool. I mean, I'll try it out because I wanted to.
A lot of people like Deus Ex Human Revolution. Yeah. I didn't, because I'm a stealth guy and I tried to go stealth, and those of you who know, that doesn't really work on that game.
I will say one thing that I'm liking about the whole Xbox thing now, because I didn't do it last time. I don't know why I didn't, but this December month, I installed the 360 games on my Xbox One, and that was just convenient to be able to go, cool, I'm installing all of these. Yeah. So, I mean, we'll talk about the games in another episode, but
but those are the ones that have been announced.
Yeah. Also announced Battlefront, and I saw this coming. Battlefront will not contain Star Wars Battlefront.
You saw this coming.
Yes.
Okay, please explain.
Yes. This game.
Force Awakens DLC not coming to Battlefront.
Yes. No Force Awakens.
Now the discussion.
They already have Jakku.
Okay.
What else are they going to put on there? Okay.
That big.
Well,
okay.
Right here.
Okay, we're going to
put section. I'm going to put a little banner here.
The big fucking planet. That's the new Death Star.
Yeah. What battle for this type of game? Are you? I guess. Okay, the X-wings and stuff in there are. You could do a kind of trench runny kind of thing.
Okay.
You could do it like okay. If you want to do that, you could do it like Star Fox 64. Remember the level in Star Fox 64 that it was totally a ripoff of Independence Day? Mm-hmm. You had the giant ship, and it was there's the pyramid. It's like, okay, we know we're going to this. You could do something like that where it's like, fly around here, make runs at shoot the thing.
Okay.
And then once you shoot the thing, go in. But what happens in that phase? You go in, and then you go, boo, 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 done.
They managed it in Super Return of the Jedi.
Okay, that's but that's a
burn.
Okay, but how long do you go? Do they go through the Death Star too? Right.
Yeah.
So for this Star Killer base, you have shoot.
By the way,
I
love the Star Killer.
I like that.
Out.
I really like that. Yeah. So you have a little thing that they shoot, and then really. So you'd have to have.
I don't care if they make up a battle. I just want to fight on the surface of the new Death Star.
It'll come out in Battlefront 2.
Okay.
Battlefront 2 will have stuff from and one of the reasons for that is that they'll have more development time because the movie was so under wraps. They're gonna have development time for that.
And because as far as I wasn't really following the stuff, but those who did said that not a lot, not really anything leaked.
Nothing.
And it's Star Wars. There were people desperate to have that, and so if they had been developing DLC for this,
you have more people who know about it, which is one of the reasons why Jakku, the battle in that, it's like all they had to do is go, okay, it's the last battle with the Empire and the Rebels, and it's already something you're.
It's more of Return of the Jedi throwback than it is Force Awakens.
Exactly. It's like, okay, this is the last battle. You know, I don't remember when Jakku happens, and
it's right after the Battle at Endor.
Okay, I don't like that. You have a galactic empire.
Right.
There should be that should be going on for years after. I mean, it should be like 4, 5, 6 galactic years. I mean, You're talking about they're everywhere.
They could, but they've also said that, and I think this goes more back to their universe building than it does to actual decisions, because they've said that that canon is now Rebels, Clone Wars, and the movies.
Yeah, and comics.
And the new comics, yes, that's true.
I
have those. Need to read them.
You could also be doing the fly thing while another team does the ground part where Han and them go and they blow up the stuff. But that wasn't a direct mission.
No,
right?
that was and it's also those people. There were no red shirts with them.
No red shirts, and you don't.
You're gonna have to throw up spoiler text.
Oh yeah, this. Oh no, this is gonna have a banner the entire time. Okay. No, but you don't have red shirts, and you really don't have really much of a battle there. They go in under the whole sabotage thing.
Right.
You have the thing that happens. Clink. You have the death. You have the thing, and that's it. Yeah. So, other than that, they would
have to make up something to be there, and the Battlefront battles are things that happened.
Yes. The other battle being the one that happened. Okay, not counting the massacre on Jakku.
No.
Because play this, you win. Not counting that.
Herd them together. Fire.
Then you have the one that happened on the the watery planet, the one that Maz was on. You have that one, but that's not.
That's also all.
That's all flying.
It's flying.
There's really not a lot to it, so that's why.
Okay, so if Battlefront 2 they're now working on the air combat bit, then they bring that in. Then they can have retroactively bring those battles.
You could bring in. They'll probably bring in the Starkiller battle, and that'll probably be the only one out of the Force Awakens. Or they may have, oh look, this battle happened in between the movies, kind of like Jakku, where they're like, okay, this is something where you can say, okay, here's a little bit of a tidbit of stuff that's going to happen. It doesn't give anything away.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my opinion on it. That being said, playing this for a little bit, I like it. I mean, I get it. It's fun.
It's pretty. It's so pretty.
It was on sale. It was one of my presents to myself for Christmas for $40. So it was worth it for $40. I don't know if I'll get the season pass. We'll see.
Season pass will be more than you paid for the game.
Yeah. I don't know if it's worth it. So
yeah.
Related semi to gaming.
No. I figured out how to tie this in. Okay. So on PlayStation, you can play Spotify.
Correct.
Now, you can play Beatles on your PS4. Yes.
This is big.
Beatles came to Spotify, and it makes me happy because now I don't have to have crappy cover versions of these songs in my playlist.
Correct. Or have to play them actually download them on your phone.
Yeah, that's annoying.
I literally have, Mm-hmm. So it's a good chunk of.
You didn't see that.
Nope.
You didn't notice.
So it's a good chunk of space to put up with something like that. So to be able to stream it is is convenient. So very cool with that. Yeah.
So let us know if there's any news we missed, and tell us in the comments about things that you got for Christmas or gave for Christmas. This
is what I got. I got this as well. It's coming. That's your copy.
Yes.
But this is what I got for Christmas.
Yeah.
And this upgraded my PS4 hard drive.
Yeah. Lucky.
Yeah, I know. Anyways, see you guys later.
Force Awakens. It's a good movie. I'm not going to spoil it, but good movie. You should go see it. You've probably already seen it. If you're watching us and you haven't seen it, what do you see in us? I mean, what do we have that Star Wars doesn't? I mean, I'm flattered, but come on, go see Star Wars. Go see it again. You've got time.